Welcome back, self-discoverers. Now, these videos that I'm making, they should be fun to shoot, fun to share, and for the whole world. And that's what the Self-Discovery Show is about. Now, that video, the last one I made it 5 days ago now, and that 5 days feels like 2 months. And I want to try to explain that to help you understand yourself and become yourself, discover yourself, and get whatever is inside out so you can love what you do even more. Okay, so what am I talking about? I'm talking about how you are bonded to the world. You can rebond your version of reality and things can become very different for you. Your experiences, your memories, the world you live in, it all becomes different for you. And you can push at this, you can pull, you can twist and fabricate, and it can make things completely different for you. Getting inside of yourself and understanding yourself and becoming yourself, it just sets you free off into the world. You can really do whatever you want to do. There's this thing, this epidemic, I believe, how your identity gets projected onto the world. Your identity gets projected from who you are onto the world, and you attempt to change the world around you to change who you are. Now I've got a new phone, that must change me. And you can take your identity back. Now this is commonly called the hero's journey, this underlying element of story. Something happens in the hero's world, he answers his call to adventure, and he goes off into the special world and fights down his demons, and at the end he becomes himself. Think Harry Potter, his parents are killed, and out the other side he becomes himself once he defeats Voldemort. Now you can do the same. You can manipulate and twist and pull time so it works differently for you. Notice how when you haven't seen a friend for a very long time, it's like no time has passed, yeah? You can do that with other things. You can do that with the job you have, or the experiences you want to have, or your goals, for example. Your 3-year goal can become your 3-month goal. You can pull it all and fabricate what it is you do. And that is partly what the Self-Discovery Show is about. Now, right now, unfortunately, I haven't got any deliverables for you because this is extremely challenging. I'm just coming to terms with this myself and just emerging from myself, which is why I keep posting pictures and tweets that say, stay tuned for more, because there is always going to be more on the Self-Discovery Show. So this all started a couple of years ago now, 2 years ago, when I found out who I was in a big way, and I wanted to engineer something, create something, do something with self-discovery and psychological change that hadn't been done before. I looked at this gap in human knowledge where we don't have changeology. Now, you can't go to university and study change. You can't be a changeologist. It's not a thing. So I thought to myself, right, how do I do this? How do I figure this out? Well, if you look at that's the gap in human knowledge, you're talking about self-awareness, identity, perception, psychology, and really just fields of self-discovery, and trying to understand that and study that has helped me emerge from myself, has helped me to become myself. And the Self-Discovery Show has these 4 pillars. It has these four quotes, and to me they explain what self-discovery is. So the first quote is, the true voyage is not to travel through 100 lands with the same pair of eyes, but to see the same land through 100 pair of eyes. The second quote is, only through art can we emerge from ourselves and see what another person sees of the universe, which is not the same as our own. Third quote is, we are only healed from suffering by experiencing it to the full. And the fourth quote is, we do not receive wisdom, we must discover it for ourselves after a journey that no one could take for us or spare us. Now, within that realm, I think we can do something extraordinary with understanding yourself, with self-discovery, with becoming your own person. But it's not easy. So the first thing you need is some kind of, if you look at computing, you know, all this stuff we have, binary, 0 and a 1. So what it comes down to, that's how it started. Accounting, financial statements. Now, financial statements make the world possible. Without financial statements, we wouldn't have companies. It would be complete chaos because we wouldn't understand what's going on. We need numbers so humans can interact with reality. Financial statements come down to debits and credits. A seesaw. That's all it is. A 1 and a 1, 2 and a 2, 3 and a 3, 4 and 4. The books have to balance. And because of that seesaw, we can create these monumental companies with millions of transactions that employ tens of thousands of people. That's all accounting is. To be accountable. And that little seesaw, same as binary, 0 and a 1, makes it all possible. So a machine of psychological change needs something like that. Now, so roughly a year ago, I came up with this model here. This is, I've written here, a map of your reality that works like an accounting system for change, and it simply means time and perception. The green and the blue is time, the now and the future. The red and the yellow is perception. It's the stuff you know and the stuff you don't know. The red being the deep stuff you can't reconcile with. The reason you go to your doctor is because you don't understand stuff, so you go to see your doctor in the future and he tells you what you need to know, which would be the yellow stuff. So essentially there is something here which can be built upon. Now, I think building an actual change machine, I don't think you can use numbers to do this, because once you start using numbers, if we had 2, then we have 4, we'd say, oh, we've doubled it. That's good. How do we expand on that? And that's what people try to do. More in this space, more is not better. It's about emerging from yourself and becoming yourself and loving your life. Getting to this space where time doesn't seem to work the same. Sometimes it seems like a month ago, sometimes it seems like a year ago, but it's tomorrow. That kind of stuff. So if you can't tell, I don't exactly know what to do with this. I've come up with this business service to help companies and help individuals as well, because these concepts, how things fit together differently, is awesome. It's how I've managed to put this all together in 18 months or so, which is a very short space of time if you consider where I was. So if anyone knows how to do this, if anyone knows how to scale something up to build a machine of psychological change with a basic system of debits and credits, or binary like we've done with computing and financial statements and stuff, give me a call. because that's all I got. Because the Self-Discovery Show is going to go on. Building a machine of psychological change is possible. All you're talking about is measuring difference and how things work differently for people as they move through themselves. Now, I know that statement doesn't make much sense, but once you've been on this journey, it does. Once you have emerged from yourself, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, which is what I meant in last week's video when I said, because of this Self-Discovery Show sign, you're going to want to be my friend, give me some money, whatever. I'm going to help you emerge from yourself. So, as always, stay tuned for some more.